Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, Siman Kuf Yud Aleph, the 111th Siman. Halacha Yud Zayin, Halacha 17. In this halacha, we're already past cleaning, and this halacha assumes that Passover has already started. So we're dealing with the problem, the issue of what happens if, despite our best efforts, we find chametz on our property during the holiday. Okay. Matzah chametz bebeisoi b'chol hamoed. If a person finds chametz in his house or in his property, b'chol hamoed, in the intermediate days of the festival, the days in which we're allowed to work and there are no labor restrictions. If we do find it on those days, yotziyoi, you take it out, v'yis refenu, and we burn it. We do sreifa on it, or we destroy it. Or if we're in a city, we can flush it in the toilet, blah blah blah. But he's using the language burn. V'im yesh boi chazais, and if there's a chazais, if there's an olive's measure, yivorech, we make a blessing beforehand, al bir chametz. The blessing al bir chametz, on the destruction of chametz, because that's the measure in which we are. All of a sudden, we are over. We have violated being in the presence of chametz for a olive's measure or beyond. Aval, but al pachos mechazais, but for less than a chazais, lo yivorech, we don't make a blessing. We just burn it. We destroy it. If we find it on the holiday itself, oy b'Shabbos chol hamoed, or on the Shabbos chol hamoed, where these days have work restrictions attached to them, became b'Shabbos shechol be'erev Pesach, or the Shabbos that falls out on erev Pesach, on the day before Pesach, whenever it's Shabbos then Pesach and then Passover. What's the issue? The asur l'taltaloi mishum the heavy muksa. It's asur to pick up the chametz and move it around because it's muksa. It's something that is not designated for these days. It falls into the category of muksa, of things that we don't handle on these days. So since it's muksa, we don't handle this. So we have this chametz on our property, we don't handle it. So what do? Yichpe alav kol, a kli. We cover over it with some sort of vessel. We put anything can go over it, a piece of paper, anything, but we basically hide it. So we don't have to see it. Ad Matzah Yom Tov, until Matzah Yom Tov, or Matzah Shabbos, or Matzah Shabbos, or when Shabbos is out. For us, and then Yisrafenu, and then we burn it. Okay. Now, if Passover is come and gone, the whole holiday, so we're now in the Omer period, we're past the holiday of Passover. In Matzah, if we find chametz then, if upon moving a piece of furniture or something we find a cracker, what do? Matzah Yom. One second. I'm sorry. Ve'im Matzah b'yomim ha'achron. If we find it in the last days, she'az v'Matzah Yom Tov. Find it on the last days. It's also Matzah. Also already. It's already Matzah Yom Tov. The Yom Tov is out. Kfar Avra Pesach, and the whole Pesach is passed over. The whole week, the whole festival is passed. And we don't make the blessing on it. There's no longer a special mitzvah of destroying the chametz. Yet this thing should have been destroyed. So what do? Ella, rather, sorfai below bracha. We burn it. We destroy it without a blessing. Afila yesh b'chazais, even if there is an olive's measure in the piece of chametz. Okay, that is that halacha, and with that we also finish the siman. I wish you the best. Kol tuv, hatzlacha rabba. Keep learning.